Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a special video, another breaking news video. Last night I did a breaking news, quick video about, excuse me, about John Cena, a torn rotator cuff and needing shoulder surgery today, actually, in Birmingham, Alabama. Dr. James Andrews, John Cena going to be out 6 to 9 months. Check out that video and my thoughts on how that affects the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania plans, and everything else that has to do with WWE. But this morning, breaking news on SportsCenter. Actually, it was while I was watching. I saw it flash at the bottom of the screen while I was watching ESPN First Take, and that is that the Denver Broncos have announced that Peyton Manning will be the starting quarterback for their team in the playoffs in the second round. I think January 17th is when they play, or around the time. In 2 weeks they have a bye. Our bye week. They're the number one team overall in the AFC. In my episode of Talking Packers with Steve, my first episode of 2016, last night actually, I talked about how the Broncos were a team that came from a chance of not even making the playoffs to now being the number one overall seed, and how that was awesome to say the least. But now we announced that Peyton Manning's to be your starter. I understand it, yet I don't understand it. As in, bear with me here. I understand it because it's Peyton Manning. He's Peyton Manning, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL and NFL history, and you feel that you have, by namesake alone and his pedigree of his past alone, that he's going to give you the best chance to win, and I respect that. But on the other flip side, and the other side of that coin, you have Brock Osweiler, and they're a quarterback that you need to groom, a quarterback that you need to see what you have, not just in the regular season, but also in the playoffs, because there is going to come a time when you don't have Peyton Manning anymore, when he retires, or you cut bait with him, or whatever, whether it's this offseason coming up or the 2016 offseason or something like that, after the 2016 football season or something like to that extent, where he's no longer part of your franchise. So you might as well see what Brock can do now. And Brock was already gelling and flowing with his teammates and his way to the offense and all that other stuff. I thought that maybe the Broncos would have stuck with that. And I don't know if Peyton's 100%. I mean, yeah, he came in there at the end, near the end of the second half of the game against the Chargers. Broncos came back and won, but they didn't win because of his throwing. He only was like, what, I think it was 4 or 16 or something like that, passing completions. So they didn't win the game because of the arm of Peyton Manning. I think they just won because of the presence of Peyton Manning under center. I know all of a sudden made the running backs actually remember how to run. And that in itself is what drives the Denver Bronco team. Their running backs and their offensive line, as star as they are. And I just, like I said, I get it why they chose to put Peyton back behind center. I don't know if I agree with it. I don't know. I mean, I respect it. I respect him, but I don't know if that was best, I guess, so to speak. Because why have Peyton Manning that risk his health even more? It already was risked when he got injured in the first place, just because you're trying to do anything and everything to win the playoff game. Which, that aspect of competition I understand, but I just thought it would have behooved the Broncos, would have been best for all involved if the Broncos went with Brock Osweiler, stuck with that, saw what the kid could do in the playoffs, trust in him, have actual faith in him. So what does it do to the psyche of Brock Osweiler if you really think about it? The Broncos aren't even going to give you a chance in the playoffs just because when Peyton Manning came in, they won the game against San Diego, and like I said earlier, it wasn't because of the arm of Peyton Manning, it was more the presence of Peyton Manning, and that's just, like I said, my opinion. I respect the heck out of Peyton, and as people that have watched my podcasts, my NFL podcasts in the past, all the way back from when I was with the Red Light Sports Network on Blog Talk Radio, that I'm not Peyton Manning, not like his biggest fan, but I do respect him. If you really think about it, you kind of have to respect him. He has the pedigree, he has the sense of his whole career to back him up to be one of the best in the NFL, alongside Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, and others. But in this situation, if I was the head coach of the Broncos, which obviously I'm not, I would have chosen to have Brock Osweiler as my starting quarterback for this season. A, because Brock's already immersed with this offense. He's done a gosh darn good job in the second half of the season when he was put in. And two, I would want to show as a head coach and as a franchise even more so. You know, you're talking with John Elway, who's the president of the Broncos, and say, you know, I have faith in Brock. I want to see how he can do the playoffs. Um, and I think right now he gives us the best option to win. I know Peyton's a namesake, and he always will be a namesake. But in this situation, you gotta do what's best for your team because you want to win a Super Bowl ring, right, John? So I would have said that I think Brock would be the choice. But hey, they decided to choose Peyton Manning. Now we'll see what happens. I think an injured Peyton Manning and 100% Brock Osweiler are equal in my respect. Now 100% Peyton Manning and 100% Brock Osweiler, I'm going with Peyton freaking Manning. I'm going with Peyton Manning. But in this situation, it's a little bit different. But then again, it's just my opinion. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Leave a thumbs up to this video. Um, like, subscribe, all that other fun stuff. But let me know in the comment section below this video if you agree or disagree, what your thoughts are with Broncos and Peyton Manning. Do you think it even matters? Do you think it even matters? Whoever the Broncos put under center in 2 weeks, will it even matter? Will they be one and done no matter who? If it was Peyton Manning, which they have announced that he will be the starter, or if they decide to go with Brock Osweiler. To me, I think this year, as I talked about on the show with my guest who came in near the late second half of the episode last night of Talking Packers with Steve, that this could be the year where all four number 1 and 2 seeds, all four teams in the NFC AFC that got the bye week in the playoffs, could all be one and done. This could be the year. This could be the year where you have Seattle against Green Bay in the NFC Championship game, and you could have Pittsburgh against the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFC Championship game. Have the 4 wildcard teams be the final 4 teams. To steal a March Madness phrase, the final 4 teams in the final 4 there in the NFL playoffs when we get to that point. And you just never know. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it to start on Saturday. Excuse me, Saturday afternoon, I think. The first game's going to be on ESPN. Chiefs-Texans. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Houston Texans on ESPN. So definitely hope everybody enjoys their weekend, enjoys some NFL football. Like I said, wanted to share some breaking news because that's what this channel is, the Sports Talk Network type of channel, talking all sports. At some point, I'm sure I'll talk NASCAR and golf. Right now it's NFL and pro wrestling with the big stuff going on in both. So, NFL and WWE are king on my channel. So, but if you have a suggestion for type of video you want me to do, you're welcome to let me know, and I'll be happy to oblige. I'll do. That's the point of here in YouTube. If you're subscribers, whether subscribers that you've had since from the beginning or new subscribers, I'm happy if you do have a suggestion, do let me know. But I do want to start doing videos like these with breaking news things, or not just breaking news, but general news that maybe that happen after my podcasts air on Tuesday and Wednesday. Whether it's in the WWE world or the NFL world, or maybe even on other sports that I don't cover in a podcast, that I can jump on here and share you my thoughts, my opinions, my view of the situation, and take it from there. So again, hopefully everybody has a good rest of your week. Take care and enjoy playoff football this weekend. I can't wait to talk about it on Wednesday. On the Wednesday, next week's episode of Talking Packers with Steve. See you there. And as always, take care.